What's up, guys? Welcome to eRocket Trading. This is episode 2 of learning how to trade futures. So today we're going to look at how to read basic futures quotes and how to pull up a chart for these quotes and compare the data. We want to find some futures quotes. So let's just start off by Googling futures quotes, and we'll click on the first result right here called Barchartcom. And we got a pretty solid list here. Let's just take a look. You can recognize some of the ones that we mentioned in the last episode. The S&P 500 E-mini and Dow Futures Mini right here. These are the index funds, the top companies in the United States. Here's the energy futures, crude oil and natural gas. Here's the precious metals, gold and silver. And here are the agriculture futures. And I'm just going to click on the first result, the S&P E-mini, just to see the quote as an example. And I know that this looks like a lot of info, but let's just focus on this part right here. So what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot of it and break it down for you. All right, let's dissect this quote from the top down. We'll start with the first line right here. S&P 500 E-mini, that is the name, and June 21, that's the date, meaning that this specific contract expires in June of 2021. And right next to it, this is called the contract code. It's made up of 3 parts. The first part is the ticker symbol, and the second part is the month symbol, and the third part is the year. So you can see in this particular quote, the ticker symbol is ES, which refers to S&P 500 E-mini. The month symbol is M, which refers to June, and the year is 21, which refers to 2021. Now, if you want to find each month, each month symbol, just Google futures month codes, and you can find in the first result. And here we go, each month with its corresponding symbol. June is M. And now we know how to read the contract code. Just remember, the first part is the ticker symbol or the name. The second part is the month, and the third part is the year of expiration. Okay, let's go to the second line right here. 4,061. This is the current value or price for this specific contract. Notice how there's no dollar sign. Well, that's actually because this is not measured in dollars. This is measured in points. But don't worry about that now. We can cover that later. You just got to know right now that the current value or price of this particular contract is 4,061 points. And the green number right next to it just indicates the price change. Green meaning that it went up. If it was red, it would mean that it went down. So in this case, it went up 51 points compared to the previous close right here. Previous close means what it closed at in the previous trading session. And right below that are the bids. This is pretty much the price and the number of contracts that the market is trying to buy at that price. So you can think about it like this, you're physically at a market and you see 48 different people that are trying to buy this contract at 4,060.75 points. Or it could mean that one person is trying to buy 48 contracts at that price, or it could be like 2 people are trying to buy 24 contracts each at that price. It's just the number of contracts. And the asks is pretty much the same way around. You have 117 contracts that are willing to be sold at 4,061 points. And it can be one person, or it could be like 10 people, or it could be 117 different people trying to sell one contract each. Day low and day high, real simple, the lowest and highest point of today's trading session. Open is also very simple. It's just what the price was when today's trading session started. Previous close, we already covered because we're super smart. Volume is the number of contracts that have been traded today. So you can see in this quote, this contract has been bought or sold 533,409 times today so far. And open interest is the total number of contracts that are currently in circulation in the market. So that number right there, 2,551,210, that is the number of all the active orders that have not yet been settled, and they will have to be settled on the date of expiration in June of 2021. So how do I find the exact date? Well, it's real simple. You just go to Google, you Google ESM 21 expiration date, and you can find it right here, June 18th. So until June 18th, these are the number of contracts that can be traded. All right, now we know how to read futures quotes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some big boy pants on and head over to some charts. So let's open up a new tab right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to Google TradingView. This is a good website with free charts. So let's look up our ticker, ESM 2021, and you can see here that it gives us the chart for ESM 21. And you see here, it's got the same info as the quote, right? It's got the previous close, 4,010 points. It's got the price at what it opened at. It's got the volume, and it's got today's range, the low to the high. And if you scroll down, you can see the basic chart. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the full feature chart right here. The full feature chart gives you a lot more info. You can start off by kind of hovering your cursor over this line, and you can see the price on the right, and on the bottom is the time. But what we're going to do is we're going to change this to the 1 day, change this to the candlesticks. You'll see why I changed it to the candlesticks in a second. It's a little bit more detailed. Let's look at the low right here, day low 4021, and it's right here at the bottom, the very lowest point on this chart, 4021. And let's look at the day's high, 4064.25. Where is it? Okay, it's on the right side. It's a little bit tight here, so what we can do is we can zoom in, zoom way in, and we can find the highest point. Is it this one? Nah, it's that one, 4064.25. All right, now we know how to read a quote and pull up a chart and compare that data. So let's try something different here. Let's try gold this time. So what we're going to do is Google futures quotes again, and then we'll pull up the gold quote. All right, now we can replace this with gold. And now we have the overview of what's going on with GCM 21. And now let's find the chart for it on TradingView. Type GCM 2021, pull up the chart, full feature chart right here, and look at the 1 day chart. Then we can find the low right here, and we can find the high right here. And the more we keep doing this and get used to reading quotes and charts, this will become like second nature. Just like I did right here, I pulled up the crude oil quote on the left, and I'm looking up the chart on the right, change this to the 1 day, and find today's low right here. I'm going to zoom in. This is why candlesticks are great, because you can find the actual point, and then change this to 1 day again, and then find the day high right here. Easy as pie. Okay, so today we learned how to read a futures quote and how to pull up a chart and find that data that's on the quote in the chart. It's a small step, but we want to take baby steps with something like this, because these types of things, they take a long time to wrap your head around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep looking at these charts and quotes and kind of familiarizing myself so I can digest this kind of data, more efficiently. All right, thanks for anyone that's watching, and congratulations if you pick something up from this video. I think this is a pretty big first step into learning how to trade futures. So in the next video, I'll start covering some basic but important terminologies. And you can support our channel by clicking subscribe and clicking on the bell notification so you can get notified when the next video comes out. Thanks again, and have a good one.